Well, what's up, everybody? Look, you already know what it is. It's Fred, FanView Live. Listen, a lot of commotion, a lot of conversation about the top 5 all-time NBA players, okay? A lot of people don't have LeBron James in their top 5. A lot of discussion going on social media, sports networks, you name it, national media, about who's the top 5 and LeBron James in it. As a fan, I'm going to give you the top 5 players of all time for me. And hopefully I can help clarify this, once you hear the list. Hopefully your list is very similar, or you can understand why I created my list. Now, I'm going to start this list off by this. I think it's best to decide the top 5 players of all time. You have to do it by the positions first. The top 5 players have to be the best of their position. There's 5 positions in the NBA. So we're going to start with point guard. Point guard, Earvin Magic Johnson. 5-time NBA winner, 3-time MVP, best passer of the game. 6'9" guy, came in the NBA, won a championship, was able to guard 1 through 5. There was nothing that Magic Johnson could not do as a point guard. Nothing. The guy is the best when it comes to terms of that position. There isn't a better point guard. You got number 2s like Oscar Robertson. 3rd, some people will probably now, elevate Stephen Curry to it. Jason Kidd, Zeke, John Stockton. But the best point guard of all time is Magic Johnson. Anybody you talk to, that's going to be the number 1 point. He's top 5. Shooting guard, Michael Jordan. 10-time scoring champ, 5-time MVP, 1-time defensive player of the year. I mean, this guy's top 5 in steals. One of the best scorer we've seen play this game. Guys played in 6 NBA Finals, won 6 NBA Finals, never played in a Game 7. It's incredible what he was able to do, and plus he's transcendent. He is the most transcendent player that the NBA has ever had. He's made the NBA from being a popular sport to global. He is the marketing, he's the biggest brand in the NBA history. Some would even say sports history. So Michael Jordan comes in at number 2. Number 3, small forward, LeBron James. There isn't a better small forward to play this position in terms of passing, defense, scoring. LeBron James now has become a top 5 player, is top 5 scorer of all time. He's the only player in NBA history to have 30,000 points, 8,000 assists, and 8,000 rebounds. No other player has achieved that milestone. 4-time MVP of the league, played in 8 consecutive NBA Finals. Consecutive. Back to 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 back. Stop being disrespectful. It's one of the greatest to ever do it. Now, there's some guys who play the small forward position who's come behind LeBron James, Dominique. There's a few others throughout the history of the game. Dr. J, there's some guys who played the wing position. Current right now, Kevin Durant. None of them are better than LeBron James. He's top 5. Top 5 power forward, Tim Duncan. Some people would say Karl Malone, because Karl Malone is second in terms of points in NBA history. And Karl Malone is also up there when you're talking about steals. 2-time defensive, 2-time MVP of the league. But he doesn't achieve what Tim Duncan achieved. Tim Duncan was a better rebounder. See, and he was a better defensive player. We're talking about Tim Duncan won 2 MVPs of the league. He went to 6 NBA Finals, won 5. He was MVP 3 of the 5. And on top of that, he's a 15-time All-Star and he's 14-time All-Defense. He was better than Karl Malone. Karl Malone was a bad man. But Tim Duncan made the position the standard of what it is and what you need to have. Rebound, defense, block shots, scoring. Anything you're thinking about the position of power forward from this point on, the standard is Karl Malone. He's 4th. And 5th all time is the most achieved player in NBA history. In basketball history, we're talking about from high school to college to pros. No one's achieved more than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Nobody. All-time leading scorer in NBA history. Top 3 rebounds, top 3 in assists. Top 3 in rebounds, top 3 in blocks. Guy won like 5 MVPs, 6 NBA championships. the accolades just go on and on and on. He's a better center than Shaquille, Hakeem, Wilt, Bill Russell. There isn't a better center to ever play the position than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's my top 5 as far as top 5 NBA players of all time. Magic, Jordan, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's the top 5. There is no other players who played their positions that are better than them. I know some people top 5 like, why you don't have Wilt in there? Because it's hard to have 2 centers at the top 5. Wilt needs to surpass Kareem. He didn't. If that makes sense. Why Kobe's not my top 5? Kobe Bryant's my favorite athlete of all time. He's my favorite player. But he didn't surpass the guy who played his position, which was Michael Jordan. Didn't surpass him as a player. So you can't put him in the top 5, if that makes sense. You can't have 2 centers in your top 5 and 2 shooting guards in your top 5. Can't do it. Now, from this point on, if 6 is Kobe and 7 is Shaq and 8 is Wilt, and you start crossing the positions, by all means, feel free. That's from 6 on down to infinity. You can start crossing, who you thought was a better player. But as far as top 5, you got to start with the standards of who the best of the position is. So the top 5, me as a fan, is, again, Magic, Jordan, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Kareem. Now, from that point on, do what you do. We're going to end this whole conversation, who's your best. Now, if your top 5 is different, feel free to leave it in the comment section. Subscribe to this Fan View Live page. And that's it.